Hello, my name is Kyle Hamilton, and I'm a sales engineer at Flycast Partners. I'm here to present an overview of automation and the automation features of the Cherwell service management platform. Automation within Cherwell is really the workhorse behind the scenes for majority of the tasks that both users, customers, and managers and administrators need to be able to use to drive efficiency and automate processes that might typically take multiple mouse clicks or multiple screens to navigate through, just in an effort to make things simple and very quick to accomplish within the system. That's done via what's referred to as one-steps. You can think of one-steps as a way to create combinations of actions so that users can kick off these one-steps with a simple mouse click and be able to initiate and make several changes at once, and again, cut down on the number of mouse clicks and cut down on the number of screens that users need to navigate through. And you see in this one-step manager, there's a library of out-of-the-box one-steps that you can use right out of the box without having to spend time creating those. You can also create and or modify these one-steps very easily to assign or to modify them to your taste. So for example, I can take any of these one-steps, for example, auto-assign any conferencing request to Sherry, for example. If I right-click on this particular one-step and go into Edit, then what you'll see is it brings up a nice graphical kind of Visio-style builder that allows the user to visually see the workflow that's actually taking place and be able to make modifications to that. You'll see that over on the left-hand side, again, we have a list of out-of-the-box actions or activities that can be leveraged. So again, you're not having to create those scripted actions or script those actions from scratch. And you can simply take those and use those built-in library of activities to modify the existing workflow as an example. So in this case, it's essentially looking for any tickets that fall under a particular category of conferencing. Right? If it's a conferencing request, then we want to make sure that that conferencing request gets assigned to Sherry in this example. Perhaps maybe you want to take this one step further and maybe automate a notification to Sherry or automate a notification back to the customer that it's been assigned to Sherry in this case. So within this interface, you can simply come over to the out-of-the-box actions and perhaps say, I want to send that email and add that to my one-step so that now I have the ability to come in here and configure an email that has the necessary content, necessary descriptive information, so that I can then send that email to the customer or to Sherry, perhaps letting her know that it's been assigned. This is an easy and simple way for administrators to be able to come in here and automate a series of steps for your users so that rather than having to go through each one of these individually as a mouse click or another page within Cherwell, but be able to quickly and easily snap those together in a drag and drop style, no scripting, no coding required, and be able to lay out a quick and easy process that users can simply execute simply by clicking on that one step. Now, if we go back to looking at the one step, for example, I can come in here and, for example, say I want to set an incident status, to reopen or to close, for example, or resolve. And you'll notice in this case, the current status is actually, it's a new ticket coming in. So for any of these one steps for things like resetting the priority or reassigning it to another user, all I have to do is simply click on it, and you'll notice that the priority is automatically changed. So again, something that might typically require multiple mouse clicks, multiple pages to navigate through can now be boiled down to a simple button click. You can take that a step further by then taking those one-step actions that you configured or that you're using from the out-of-the-box library and pin those to what's referred to as the task pane over here on the side of my screen, so that, and we hear this from a lot of customers, they want to make sure that their staff have quick and easy access, one button click access to be able to perform, the most common and typical features that they face. Let's say, for example, in this case, we've got an incident from Alex related to access to the wireless network. If it's determined perhaps that this is more of a widespread problem, that maybe we've received multiple incidents in the last 5, 10, 15 minutes, and it's becoming apparent that this is a problem that needs to be addressed, that could be an example of a one-step that's created to automatically take this incident and move it into a problem record, rather than having to go through the process of creating the problem and then linking the problem to the incident. So once I make that determination that this incident perhaps needs to be a problem to be investigated, I can take those one-step actions, make those common tasks that are available to my staff via that task pane, so they can keep that open on their desktop, and as they need to access those one steps, perhaps escalate this or create a problem related to this incident, I simply click on the one step, and you see that box comes up and actually runs through those steps so that it brings me directly into the problem form, and now I can go through and begin filling in the details related to the problem. You might even want to go in and update that one step to take information directly out of the incident, perhaps the description of the incident, the priority of the incident, the category and the service of the incident, and have that information pre-filled in here, again, in an effort to limit the number of steps and the number of mouse clicks the user has to go through. So it's possible to take those one steps and take them just as far as you need them to go, so that you could easily create a problem that's already pre-populated, ready to go, maybe even assigned to a particular team or user with the appropriate priority, appropriate notifications, everything all is a part of a single button click without having to go through those multiple steps. So the one steps and the task pane are an easy way to automate the Cherwell service management system and make things simple and easy to use for your staff, and cut down on the amount of manual effort that's required and the amount of manual mouse clicks. Now, for users that want to take a deeper dive into the one-step actions or talk a little bit more about the task pane and how that can be configured, please feel free to reach out to us at Flycast. And you could do so by calling us at 1-844-FLYCAST, which is 1-844-359-2278. Or you can also send us an email at info@flycastpartners.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks, and have a great day.